I'm Christopher Zweig, and it's time for me to tell you my 10 worst movies of 2021. Let's start the countdown. We begin this list at number 10 with The King's Man, a dismal prequel to the Kingsman franchise, which just came out in time for the holidays, and has no laughs, no style, and no originality, just CGI effects and sappy plot points trying to pull the train.
The bird obviously thought you were a threat.
I am now.
Get the hell out of here! Go!
We flip the bird at number 9 with The Starling. Melissa McCarthy and Kevin Kline are two of my favorite talents, but no cliche is left unturned in this made-for-Netflix debacle that feels more like a made-for-Hallmark movie, and I don't even watch Hallmark movies, so what the hell do I know? Number 8, Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. Ryan Reynolds, Samuel L. Jackson, and Salma Hayek are all back in their roles, but they try way too hard to outdo the wretched excess of the original. In fact, it's one of the many bad comedy sequels to be what Siskel and Ebert called comedies without laughs. And how do they play? Kind of like dramas without brains.
You just signed the adoption papers.
The what? The adoption papers.
You are now our son.
Wait, what?
Number 7, Chaos Walking. If you forgot this sci-fi bomb from last March, good for you. Seeing Tom Holland's thoughts on the screen is as much fun as your kids annoying you while you're on the phone, and Daisy Ridley should have left this planet before things got stupider.
I am Todd Hewitt, be a man. Fight.
Be quiet. I'm trying.
Come on. Fight.
Dear Kazoo, there's no money. There is, however, a magical little girl, your sister. All she's got now is you.
Number 6, Music. Probably the most hated film about autism I've ever seen. Sia makes her movie directorial debut with a non-autistic actress playing an autistic teen, who is also the star of these awful music videos. Being an autistic film critic, I was easily offended by this movie. Number 5, Dear Evan Hansen. Your movie sucks. Sincerely, Christopher Zweig. Ben Platt is a little too old to be reprising his Broadway role as a teenager who finds himself caught in what starts off as a misunderstanding and ends up as a lie. Cynical and cowardly, this musical had nowhere to go.
I never meant to make it such a mess. I was trying to help.
Number 4, Thunder Force, another Netflix downer from Melissa McCarthy, and this one is a crappy superhero movie with her real-life friend Octavia Spencer, who are both portrayed as leering dimwits who know absolutely nothing about the superhero genre, especially since their idiot scientists can't figure out how to deodorize their suits.
You know, I have this signature move. It's kind of a hug of death thing. You're gonna love it. God, what's that smell?
It's the suits. We can't wash them.
Terrible.
Number 3, Joe Wright's The Woman in the Window, starring Amy Adams and Julianne Moore, who were also in Dear Evan Hansen. It may be based on a popular book, but it's still a pathetic, sad, and idiotic version of Rear Window, with Adams as an agoraphobic who witnesses a murder in the apartment across the street, and of course the residents have to think she's crazy.
You have never met my wife.
We spent the evening together. I'm Jane Russell.
When The Woman in the Window tries to be serious, it ends up being dumb. When it tries to be scary, it ends up being boring. And when all these great actors have to flounder about, it's enough to waste your time. Number 2, the horrible Home Sweet Home Alone. Now, the original with Macaulay Culkin has been a holiday favorite for the past 30 years, and there was obviously no need to reboot this utter piece of garbage. It's stupid, mean-spirited, and everyone involved with this bomb deserves coal in their stockings.
Oh no! A ladder!
You think I'm that stupid?
Yes, I do.
And the worst movie of the year, Space Jam: A New Legacy.
I'm shorter than Kevin Hart.
No.
What's up, Doc?
Bugs! Bring it here, man.
Being a 90s kid, I love the original Space Jam with Michael Jordan, but this one with LeBron James is one of the most pig-headed, boring, and wasted spiritual sequels I've ever seen. One that makes this otherwise awesome NBA player and talented actor a total jerk who thinks he knows what he's getting himself into.
We need a boost. A secret weapon.
Come on, man. Granny's out here having a martini at halftime.
Hate is gonna hate.
Now you're probably asking me, how could I possibly think this was worse than Home Sweet Home Alone? I mean, those scenes with Porky rapping and Granny doing the Matrix are just embarrassing, and what about Lola Bunny, who now has to sound like Zendaya when there are other talented new voice actors coming in, and that's a real example of how commercialism is threatening to destroy our favorite cartoon characters. I kept saying to myself that The Woman in the Window was going to be my choice of the worst movie of the year, but Space Jam: A New Legacy was so uncalled for that I'm glad South Park did a COVID-19 special where they went back in time and prevented it from being made. If LeBron was on the planet Tom Holland's character was from in Chaos Walking, we could hear his real thoughts about being a part of this, and that's all, folks. Well, those are the worst movies I saw this year. Don't say I didn't warn you if you end up watching one of those bombs. I'm Christopher Zweig. Happy holidays, and I'll see you at the movies. For more amazing content, please like and subscribe to my channels, and you can also read my reviews at cjatthemovies.com and listen to my podcast reviews at newhdradio.com.